Well, came home yesterday after going to the park, and while in the video I tried to be positive about the results, I was pretty upset about it. And by the time I came home, sat down, thought about it, I was disappointed, really disappointed. I was really hoping for more progress than that, and I didn't really know what I had done wrong. So I sat and I thought about it for a while, and I went back and I decided, well, nothing I can do but move forward from here. It's time to move on to the next cycle. So I went and read what the next cycle of workouts is going to be. And they were all just kind of variations, more difficult variations of the previous cycle. But one thing that was in there were these calf jump raises. And I read about those, and I thought this was an odd exercise, and I read about it, and they're basically jumping calf raises that you do. And I'll cover more of those later, but it was odd to me because there was really no singular calf exercise from the first cycle. And I thought it was really odd that they were progressing from almost no calf exercise, really just the jump roping, to a very specific, kind of a higher difficulty calf exercise. So I went back and I reread. And if you've watched the videos, you saw at the very end the toe raises. Well, when I first read through the workout, I thought this was an odd exercise. It seemed a little out of place, but I went with it. It seemed like it was going to be kind of a good counter stretch. It's going to help stretch out the foot, maybe strengthen some of the muscles within the foot, and, as well as the soleus, just to help balance out the calf. And I did feel kind of a little extra squeeze on the quadricep from that position, so I thought maybe it's just kind of a little exercise just to, like I said, to help balance everything out. But then I actually read the description, because the exercise was called toe raises. And so that's what I was doing, is standing on the floor or the edge of the step and raising my toes. Well, I missed one word when I read the instructions to this exercise. What I read was standing flat-footed, raise your toes up in the air. What the description actually says, and one little word, 2 letters, that I completely missed. It said raise up on your toes in the air. So for the past 3 weeks of exercise, I have been doing toe raises, not calf raises. And so now I find that I feel a little bit of an idiot, because I've been working hard, and I'm not saying I didn't get benefits from the exercise that I did, but I was really missing one very key, important exercise based off of 2 letters, O-N. I missed the word on, and now I feel the reason I have this bread is Gordon Ramsay style. I'm an idiot sandwich. It's just gross. So, but I'm not going to let that stop me, because it'd be silly to stop now, because I've already done all the other work. There was the jump roping, there was the stretching of that. Stretching, it's been a big benefit. I can now stand and touch my toes, which is something really I've never been able to do in my life. I've been able to come close, but the past 3 weeks of constant stretching every other day, I can now stand and touch my toes when I'm warmed up. That's a big deal for me. The jump roping, I've gotten a lot better at that jump roping. And, the first videos was really rough on the jump roping. Now I can pretty solidly do a full minute, almost 2 minutes of jump roping without messing up. That's a big benefit. I've got those lunges, I've got that technique worked out on fixing the stress on my knees, and those jump squats, those pulling the knees up high like that, really work the abdominals. And doing those excessive amounts of toe raises wasn't unbeneficial. It just wasn't in the program. So I didn't schedule it right today to make time to exercise, and I should have. I decided to make this video, and tomorrow I'm going to get right back onto it. start cycle number 2 for 3 more weeks. It's gonna be some new exercises, some of the old exercises I've already done, a little more quantity, more volume, and I'm really gonna focus after yesterday and the results I was feeling, and some videos I've watched and other instructions I've taken. I'm really gonna focus on power and explosive on the exercise. So I'm gonna slow them down. I'm not going to drive so hard to get them done quickly. I'm going to take longer rests in between sets, and I'm going to take more time while doing the sets to do an explosive jump and rest, an explosive jump instead of just trying to work through a set. So that's what I've got for you today. Again, I feel like the idiot. I feel silly. It's a setback, but it's not. It's just a little bit. And so I just want you to take that away when you're working towards your goals. A, read the instructions properly more than once. And B, don't let little things set you back. And I'm going to go make a sandwich.